Welcome back, Guardians, to another Destiny video, and in today's Destiny video I wanted to talk about the challenge modes for King's Fall raid, how to do them, and what weapons you should be using in each part of the raid. Before we get into it though, I'm giving away another Destiny 2 beta code with more coming up in the future. To enter this one, you need to be subscribed to this channel, hit the little bell and become part of the notification squad. Hit the like button on this video and leave me any sort of comment down below that you wish to, but make sure it includes what platform you want to play Destiny 2 beta on. So let's get into today's video. Now I don't want to do too in-depth, too long of a video, so I'm going to sort of skip through certain parts because they're quite easy, like the War Priest challenge. In the background you see my live stream highlights of the War Priest because I don't have any stock footage. If you wish to visit my live stream, the link is in the video description. I'd love to see you guys come out there and watch me play Destiny in all the ways that I play Destiny. So you basically want to set up and have one Titan with Weapons of Light and one Hunter with Tether throughout the entirety of this raid. It's quite important. It's going to allow you to do massive amount of damage, and it will allow you to two-run the War Priest. So the challenge mode basically is when the three people stand on each of the pads in the glyph sequence that they are supposed to, it has to be a different person holding the red aura every single time someone picks up the red aura. So let's say, for instance, the first person stands on the left hand pad, then it goes to the center, and then the person on the right picks up the aura. He then does his usual damage and kills the acolytes and keeps the time going as long as possible while people do damage on the boss. Now if the next run the last glyph sequence ends up on the right again, you need someone else other than the first person who picked it up to pick it up. So you want to set up two people on the left, two people on the right, and two people in the center. And it's quite easy to two-run the War Priest. So basically you want Black Spindle. Ex Machina snipers are okay too from the Wrath of the Machine raid, but Black Spindle eliminates the need to reload your weapon because obviously it replenishes the ammo on free precision shots. You can also use Sleeper Simulant here, but I would rather use a Black Spindle because the Sleeper Simulant really knocks back the War Priest's head, making other people unable to hit their precision shots with the Black Spindle. Primary is just pretty much what you feel comfortable with to kill the ads, and I would take a heavy just to kill the yellow bar knights as they spawn in, just to get them down quicker. So not really that much of a challenge, it just requires coordination and enough damage to kill him in 2 runs. You can do it in 3 runs, just make sure once again you have a different person pick up the aura than the original 2, but you really don't need to take it that far. You could just easily 2-run with enough damage using Black Spindle and whatever other weapons you want to use. So yeah, let's move on to Golgoroth. Now Golgoroth is pretty much the same setup, one Titan bubble with Weapons of Light and one Tether. You could also use Melting Point on a Titan as well to punch Golgoroth just to do that extra little bit of damage, but you know, one Titan bubble and one Tether is sufficient. Now once again, Black Spindle is your winner here. This is the weapon that's going to do most damage to Golgoroth, at least in my opinion. I haven't really done any damage stats or anything. You can use Sleeper Simulant too, but you know, Black Spindle is just easier to maintain those precision shots on his body, and there's less time between shots, I believe, and also without reload you're going to be doing a lot more damage, and then you can have any primary you want. But it doesn't really matter what weapons you are using because you kill Golgoroth over time. It's just that the challenge, you need some kind of decent sniper, and the actual challenge itself is that everybody needs to hold the gaze during a run of Golgoroth. So how we do it is that we set up 3 on the right, 3 on the left, and we kill all the ads. That's the start of it. Collect any ammo that we need, and then the Titan will drop down to the left underneath the doorway and pop his Weapons of Light bubble, at which point everybody except the person getting the first gaze will join him in that bubble. The person getting the first gaze will shoot down the pool of reclaimed light above the bubble, and he will then gain the gaze. Everyone will let loose and do as much damage as possible, and at 10 seconds the very first person is going to call out 10 seconds, which then leads into a predetermined order of people to take the gaze. So the second person in the list will automatically run straight to the right hand bridge where the adept stands, and he will take the gaze of Golgoroth as soon as possible. and then he will restart the 30 seconds. But you don't need those 30 seconds because the third person is going to be on the left-hand side where everyone shoots ads from, and he's going to instantly shoot Golgoroth as soon as his back opens up, at which point the fourth person is joined on the bridge and he will take the gaze. The fifth person will take the gaze, and then the last person who is on the bridge will take the gaze and run around all the way around the back end of Golgoroth's lair, meaning all the bubbles that are chasing him, all the orbs that are chasing him will take a long period of time to go around the back and eventually blow up and not do any damage to anyone. You also need to be looking out for one person who's doing damage will get the poison effect, which means he will blow up when the timer runs out, but he won't blow himself up, he'll blow anyone in the vicinity up around him. So whoever's in the pool damaging, you just need to remember to jump out and get away from your teammates. Over time, you will get used to this and you will do more damage to Golgoroth. It's a little bit difficult if you haven't done it before. It's a one orb strat, but it is the easiest way to do Golgoroth. So just a quick recap. Bubble down below. Everyone joins the bubble weapons of light. You'll have a hunter to tether when he can. The first person gaining the gaze will shoot down the pool of reclaimed light above the bubble and then shoot and get the gaze. He is on the front left and he will have to shoot all the orbs that Golgoroth starts to fire. Pretty much just aim for his center chest and you will kill all the bubbles. Everyone else is currently doing damage as much as possible with black spindles. If you run out of ammo, use your heavy, use your primary, whatever you can to do damage. In this time period, someone will get a poison effect. They need to jump out when there's like 2 seconds left so that they don't blow up their teammates, at which point around about 10 seconds will be left where the first person will call out 10 seconds. The second person in the order will jump up to the right hand bridge and shoot Golgoroth in his back. The third person will be on the front left and get him when his back opens. The fourth person will be on the right hand bridge and get him when his back opens. The fifth person will be on the front left and get him when his back opens up. And the sixth person will be on the bridge, shoot him, gain his gaze, and run all the way around the back of Golgoroth's lair to make sure that all the orbs blow up in the back and not kill any of his teammates or himself. At which point it's just rinse and repeat until you have him done. Taken will spawn, but you just ignore them and carry on with the process that we have just explained. Now let's move on to Oryx challenge mode. So Oryx challenge mode is to set off all 16 orbs at one time. So what is going to happen is you're going to have 3 people on the pads. You're going to name them 1, 2, and 3. And wherever Oryx lands on his turns, that is where number 1 will stand. And then 2 and 3 will be on the next pads along in an anti-clockwise fashion. Those 3 people will only do that. And I'll get into what they need to do in just a little while. The one person that you choose to be the runner will always go and get the invincible aura. And the other 2 people will snipe all the ogres that are spawning. So good weapons here are Touch of Malice, Ex Machina Sniper, and some kind of heavy. So they're the 2 ogre people. They're going to have Ex Machina Sniper, Touch of Malice, and some kind of heavy. But we had 2 titans in the middle, myself and another friend of mine. One popping a Blessing of Light to protect everyone who runs to the middle, and one popping a Weapons of Light to help the snipers kill the ogres a lot quicker. So the 2 in the middle can pretty much kill the ogres on their own. A few grenades from the peoples on the pads doesn't hurt and will help them get them down quicker. Basically, you're going to get the orbs in the spawn point of where they come out the water, and you're going to pile them on top of each other until there are 16 orbs, so you can activate them all at once. The person running pretty much only needs a sword. He's going to go up to the top, get the relic, drop down, get the invincible aura off the knight, but then he needs to kill that knight. So having any kind of sword, Raise Lighter obviously does the most damage on single targets. You can also use the Dart Drinker to kill all the ads in the vicinity as well as you're killing the knight, but that is going to be his job. He's going to go up, get the relic, drop down, get the invincible aura, kill the ads, and then run straight back to the middle to protect everybody when Oryx slams. Now the people on the pads need a sniper and a Touch of Malice. Their job as challenge mode participants is going to be to kill the knights that spawn, and it's literally a one-hit headshots with most snipers. So they're going to stand on their pads, move over towards the back of them, wait for their knight to spawn after the ogres have been killed, and snipe them. Once they have been sniped and once they know that the person has collected the relic, they all run to the middle, hopefully in a titan bubble, and everybody's waiting in the middle for the aura guy to get to the middle. Once he gets to the middle, everyone shoots Oryx after he slams until he reels back, and then you have a bunch of ads. You want to kill all the ads that shoot at you, but you do not want to kill the Frau. You want all them to gather up in the middle in the invincible aura. At which point, towards the end of the cycle, before he goes back to the center, you will tether those ads and then get loads of orbs and stuff for everybody to have. Specifically, the Titans who are in the middle need their bubbles to pop every single round. Now, once this round has finished, you will get teleported in to fight the Shade. The Shade is quite easy to kill. I believe if you know what you're doing and you can do enough damage on the ogres and everything around you, this won't be too much of a challenge. People get teleported in randomly, so you don't know who's going in. Everyone just needs to kill the ads on the outside until they are teleported in. Let other people know when you have been teleported in so they can cover your ads to stop them from coming into the Shade. I was dicking about and using Sleeper Simulant, but it still works. You know what I mean? You can snipe them, you can sleeper, you can even just use primary. And a tether would go far in this area. If you have a spare hunter to be able to tether and get the more damage in on the Shade, it will definitely help. Once you get spawned out from the Shade after you've killed her, just do not move whatsoever. Everybody stands completely still. If anyone moves or bumps into each other, you really risk the chance of somebody dying, and then the whole run is squashed and lost. And once you get to the 4th run where you have all 16 orbs and this happens, it is pretty disheartening. And from there, it's just rinse and repeat until you have all 16 orbs down. You've done 4 runs, and then you just split up, activate all the bombs, hit Oryx, and then shoot him when he pops up in the middle. So you want the 2 people in the middle, or at least one of them anyway, to be a Titan with Blessing of Light. A spare Titan with Weapons of Light also helps. Those 2 people need to have an Ex-Machina sniper, a Touch of Malice, or, you know, a primary and a Sleeper Simulant, just depending on how they feel. But definitely Touch of Malice, Ex-Machina, and some kind of rocket launcher or LMG will be the best setup here. They're going to take care of all the ogres and shoot some ads that are around. The 3 people on the pads need a sniper, a Touch of Malice, the Touch of Malice specifically to kill Oryx when he opens up his chest, and the person running needs a sword. So that's all the setups that you need. Hopefully the challenge mode was explained well enough. I can't even remember what I just said. It's all a blank to me. So I hope they helped. If it did, hit the like button. Tell me if you have any other strategies that you use on any of these challenge modes that you feel is easier down below in the comments. Hit the like button if you wish to. Subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you for watching. I've been Easy Now. You guys have been awesome.